I need to give you a list, so excuse me. Joanna Lumley, John Favreau, Popeye, midgets, cocaine, morphine, hookers, prostitutes, working girls, sex, tits, fast girls, faster sex, double dipping, mass orgies, and quaaludes. So many quaaludes. You could say that this film I'm about to review is quaalude heavy. If that list didn't give anything away, well, then I guess I should tell you that I've just come back from seeing The Wolf of Wall Street. But that list is pretty full of everything that the film includes. And everything on that list is very integral to the plot. Everything. Even the slightest, minutest detail of things like Popeye. It's integral to the plot. Everything is on that list just part of the plot and actually is used. I've never seen a plot so heavy with just random tidbits of information. That's not even half of it. That's only the stuff I could remember coming home from the film and sitting down to you now and talking to you about it. There is still more. There is mountains upon mountains of stuff in this film, which I know isn't strange. You know, it happens in every film. There's always going to be elements in the plot that you weren't really. Well, there's always tons of things in a plot, but these elements work. I don't know how that they just fit. Everything is used. There's no wasted space in this film. Every little detail, every minutest thing is just implemented and used well. But then, what was I expecting from a Martin Scorsese film? I mean, if you've seen Goodfellas, you've seen this film. That's not a bad thing. You know, Goodfellas deserves to be watched over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, if you have seen Goodfellas over and over and over, but not over again, you've only seen it over and over and over, and you've yet to get that one more viewing to see it over again, hold up, go to the cinemas, and watch Leonardo DiCaprio do his best Ray Liotta impression. Because that's all this film is. It's just Leonardo DiCaprio being Ray Liotta in another time, in another place, in another plot. You know, he even has the brunette wife. He even has that. You know, the angry brunette wife that he has in Goodfellas. He has that in this film. Granted, she's not there all that long. You know, slight spoiler, but you know, who cares? But she's there. You know, the excess of the drugs is there. The talking to the camera, breaking the fourth wall constantly is there. The humour is there. The characters who remind me of De Niro and Pesci are there. Everything in this film, this is Goodfellas Redux. But instead of redoing Goodfellas, they've just completely changed it and made a different film. Now, I'm not being fair on the film by saying that it's just a remake of Goodfellas, because there's a lot more to it than that. But that's all I could think of all the way through while watching this. This is Goodfellas. This is Goodfellas 2. I know some people consider Casino a sequel to Goodfellas, but after seeing this film, Casino is about as much Goodfellas as The Godfather 3 is part of the Godfather trilogy. They don't fit. This film does fit. This film fits very, very well. And it kind of took away from the viewing of the film because I thought I was watching Goodfellas 2, but it's not a complaint. It's not a complaint in the slightest. This film is on for 3 hours straight. My eyes are heavy. I've just come back from it. I'm tired and drained. I don't have a lot to say about it. It's going to be a fairly short review, but there is a hell of a lot in this film. It just goes all over the place. You know, it's here, then it's there, then it's up, then it's down. It's just everywhere. It doesn't seem to stop, and then it just stops. It just ends, and you're left wanting more. Like Goodfellas, it just ends. You know, in Goodfellas there are slow pieces. There are lots of talking, and in The Wolf there is talking, but with Leonardo DiCaprio talking to you in the fourth person. You know, he realizes this, and he stops before he gets boring, tells you that what he's talking about is pure, utter shit and you don't listen to it, and then skips to the interesting bits. It's like he's in the film watching you going, this bit's shit. You don't want to watch this bit. We'll get rid of this bit. Here's some good shit. Here's some good stuff. Watch this stuff. You like this stuff. Because me talking about Wall Street is boring. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear about the drugs, the excess, the sex, the mindless, numbing, humping sex, the double-uppers, the gangbangs, the prostitutes, the sex upon sex upon sex upon sex, tits everywhere. That's all I could see. It was tits. Tits everywhere. Everywhere I looked there was tits. There was a scene in the film that was just wall-to-wall tits. I'd complain, but it was most enjoyable. It's awkward watching the film when you've got a very much older couple sat in front of you. I could tell they're a much older couple because they smelt of mothballs. I'm sorry to offend all people, but you typically smell of mothballs, and these people smelt quite pungently of mothballs. And they were watching the sex, and it was like watching it with your mother, only you could slightly, you could dispel and separate yourself from it because you didn't know them personally. But you knew that if they were your parents or if you're watching this with your mother, it would be an awkward film to watch. This isn't a film you can show off to your mother and be like, there's only a few scenes of sex, don't worry about it. After this one is done, there is no more sex. It's going to hit you when you least expect it. This is going to be sex and then talking and then sex and then talking and then more sex, but with talking. There's even plot with sex, and it's just it garners the typical Scorsese rated R movie or 18 rated, but there's no gore. There's just it's rated R because there's lots of F-bombs and tits and fucking and drugs, copious amounts of drugs. Quaaludes appear most often, and they actually move the story along. I hazard a guess that I wasn't paying that much attention to the credits at the end of the film because I'd been sat there for 3 hours. I kind of wanted to get out there, even though I did stay right to the end, as I always do. But I kind of wanted to see Quaaludes in the cast because I felt that they were quite an integral part of the film. They moved along. They had dialogue. They had character. They had everything. They should have been in the cast. They should be billed above Leonardo DiCaprio because without the Quaaludes, you won't have DiCaprio in this film. You won't have the way he is in this film. They are quite important in this film. But, as I told you in the list prior to this film, the nice little video collage that I gave you, which I really hope you enjoyed. Hello. Right. Okay, you can come up here for the rest of the thing. Okay, as I was saying, by the way, I'm not talking to myself. This is a postcard. As I was saying, everything in that list happens in the film. Everything that's in there in that little video collage that's at the beginning. If it's not at the beginning, then I've edited it poorly, and I do apologise. But still, it's there, and everything in there was a nice surprise. It was awesome to see Joanna Lumley in a film, of which I don't think I ever remember seeing. The last time I remember seeing Joanna Lumley on film was actually on television with the Friends wedding. That was eons ago. So, I can't express how nice it was. And not just to have her there as a brief cameo, but she was there and actually had a use. Jon Favreau was in there and had a use. Popeye was in there and had a use. Everything had a use. Midgets, cocaine, morphine, hookers, prostitutes, working girls, sex, tits, fast cars, fast sex, double-upping, mass orgies, Quaaludes, so many Quaaludes that, as I said, you could say this film was Quaalude heavy, because it was. I feel like I'm on Quaaludes watching the damn thing, because I was at some point falling asleep in between the film, like right at the beginning. It was very slow to start off, and then boom, it hits you, and you're just like all over the place watching this film, and you're just trying to enjoy it and catch every little bit, and you can't. As this review shows, it can't. You don't really need this review, though. You don't need me to tell you to go see this film. You know it's going to be good. It's Scorsese. It's great. Therefore, it's going to be good. All you need to know is it's a Scorsese film. So already you've determined from yourselves, if your film goes, you should know this, that the cast is going to be brilliant. The soundtrack is going to be amazing. It's going to be some sort of period piece that eventually brings it back into present-day time. And the plot is always great. The script is always great. And the direction is great. So I don't really need to review this for you. I should put the title as, it's a Scorsese movie, you know what to expect. Go see it, enjoy it, have a laugh. Because that's what you will do, if you have any sense. If you don't like this film, go watch Frozen. There are shitter films for you to watch. You know, if you don't like this film, fair enough, you don't like this film. Do us a favour though, jump off a cliff, you know. Don't produce, don't reproduce. Don't bring further people into the world that don't like this film, because it would be awful. It would truly be awful. DiCaprio again didn't win the Oscar for this, and he's yet to win an Oscar. And I really can't see why he's not losing, other than the fact that I know that Oscars are very political, and, you know, unless you save a great white whale or own half of Congress, you're not really going to win one anytime soon. So, you know, it's going to be a while before he does win one. And I can guarantee you it's going to be for a shit film. It's going to be for a film that he didn't deserve the Oscar in. And it'll just be because he's waited so long for an Oscar that it'll just be shoehorned in there. Like, I don't know, DiCaprio's going to star in the remake of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And it's going to blow. But they're going to give him the Oscar for it because he's waited for so long. That's what's going to happen. I see that happening. Watch this space. DiCaprio will win an Oscar for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the remake. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang 2.0. With Leonardo DiCaprio as Dick Van Dyke's character, and some blonde woman as the blonde character in that film. I can't quite recall her name. I just remember Dick Van Dyke was in that and he was quite cool. Was Dick Van Dyke in that? I'll have to double check that. I think he was in that. Braveheart, was Dick Van Dyke in that film? Was he in that film? He's just staring, he doesn't know. Okay, yeah, as I said, this is a short review because you've already reviewed the film before you even walk in. You know what to expect, you know it's going to be great, so go out and go see it. Go watch it. And now I have to do the annoying task of editing this and adding it on YouTube and posting it on Tumblr and Facebook and wherever else it's going to go. And no doubt, you know, getting copyright protected from YouTube because, you know, I've installed, you know, a few clips. Oh dear, that's really going to take the money away from the large companies. I dare not. So I'll have to deal with that, and it doesn't really faze me. Basically, go out there, watch this film, enjoy it, have a laugh, and just enjoy it. Go see a good film. There's a good film playing in the cinema. Go see it. Don't download it. Don't borrow it. Don't copyright it. Just go in the cinema and watch it. Sit on your ass. Get a numb ass for 3 hours. You will thank me for it. You will enjoy it. Watching it at home is not the same. When you've got a giant ass screen in the cinema, it's worth it. And plus, you can then say you've seen a Scorsese film in the cinemas, and you can say that you've actually enjoyed it. You've done that one thing. You've seen a Scorsese film in the film cinema, and you enjoy it. So go see it. Okay, go see it and enjoy it. I feel like I should have added more to this, but I really can't think of anything more. It's just an epic film. I can't really find a flaw, except one. It ends. It ends. The film ends. You're left wondering why. You're not left. You don't really get told anything. It just ends. But you know, chances are they'll make, I don't know, The Dragon of Baker Street, and it'll be a semi-sequel to The Wolf of Wall Street, much like Casino was a semi-sequel to Goodfellas, although that position has now been knocked down because of The Wolf of Wall Street. But yeah, go see it. Finish watching this. Go see the film. Go see it. Did you see it? Go see it. Go. Off you go. Go. Shoot. I'm still waiting. You need to go see it. But I will give you a pound. See the shiny pound? See the shiny pound? See the shiny pound? See that? It just went. Go get the shiny pound and you will see the film. And I will catch you later on for another review sometime soon. Bye.
And it's you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. bless the dreams, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray.